Hey, it's Rob, and I got another aircraft reviews by Rob. Maybe, I don't know. We got the Diamond DA-50 RG, which means retractable gear. So this is a constant speed propeller, and we got movable flaps. We got retractable gear that makes it a complex aircraft, which there's not a lot of those nowadays. So it'll be exciting to go and fly this airplane. Come along. Tell us a little bit about underneath here.
So underneath here we got our fuel control. So normal is essentially drawing fuel from the left tank to the engine, and then this emergency over here will be drawing fuel from the right tank. So essentially we're always drawing fuel from the left tank and transferring fuel from right to left.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then this panel underneath here?
Yeah, we have a little flip up.
Ah, look at that.
Control panel. It's nice when you're in cruise, kind of crank your seat back and then be able to make
do
all your
everything
adjustments. Exactly.
Neat. Okay, well, what do you say we get this puppy fired up, Cam?
Let's do it.
All right. Sweet.
Sweet. So engine's already nice and warm for us. We'll go engine master out and up.
Out and up.
Boom. We'll see our glow plug come on. That's going to go away pretty quickly, telling us it's warming up the engine. It's already nice and warm for us. Chocks were removed, so start's really easy. You're going to just press and hold for about 2 seconds. You'll feel it crank, and we'll give a little clear prop here, and then you're good to go. Clear!
All right.
See no one in front. Doors can stay open. It's really quiet, so
sweet.
All you.
She's running.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. The doors you don't have to slam. You just kind of.
Advise formation Delta on initial contact.
Okay, I have Delta.
Sweet. I can work the radios if you want to worry about just taxiing us.
Yeah, sure, brother.
Sweet. We'll go doors closed. Like I said, you don't have to slam them, just nice and firm. And then that red handle will come down. Exactly, just like that.
Cool.
And then red handle, beautiful. Alright, we can kind of walk through this real quick. That truck's a little close. We'll start left to right. So you got your rudder or pedal adjustments. And then next you got your prop heat. Then you have your fuel transfer, that little knob right there. It's a little counterintuitive. You're turning right to transfer right to left. I think it'd be easier if you flipped it left, knowing you're transferring that way. But that's all right. You got emergency fuel pump, which we'll have on for takeoff and landing.
Sweet.
Central bus. So the electrical system, all of it is running off of alternator 1 except the AC. So you'll see here, once the AC comes on, we'll draw about 30 amps out of there.
There it goes.
And then in the case we lose our electrical system, the essential bus takes everything off of 1, it moves it onto 2. We just have to switch off the AC, but we shouldn't have to worry about that today. Pitot heat, stall heat, gear test, stall test, so good there. Good
okay.
There.
2 different tones.
Level button, I would probably trust myself before I trust that.
If you're not good with your upset recoveries, you got a level button, okay.
Exactly. Flaps, we'll go with 1 notch of flaps for takeoff. You have all your circuits over here. ELT, which I did not press. I thought I did.
No, alternator 2 just came offline.
Lights, yeah, so that's, you'll feel that AC. We'll kind of set it a little higher just so we keep that AC running.
Okay.
Lights, anti-ice, they call it de-ice, but I've put myself in a situation where if you don't get that wing wet first,
it's not going. It's not coming off.
Not a de-ice.
Okay, it's anti-ice. Got it.
Other than that, environmental control, which doesn't really do much on the ground, but we can get that fan running. That'll kind of help, and then once we get in the air, it makes it nice and cool in here. Cow flaps, which we'll go ahead and just leave open.
Sweet.
Keeps the engine nice and cool for this stuff down low. Other than that, that's kind of what I got for you. It's pretty alternate air here, emergency gear there. Environmental system shut off in the case we get any smoke or fire. We'll pull that green knob. There's also an oxygen system up here, which is not installed, but if we were flying nice and high, we'll pull this knob, put our cannulas on, and be good to go.
And we'd be breathing.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Rudder trim is this little rocker switch on the back here. Here's your indicator. It is the only plane I have ever flown that you need left rudder. So you'll find that as you climb down and your airspeed kind of goes up, you'll work it left, and then in cruise, you're basically all the way left.
Wow.
It is a little odd. I've been looking for that answer for a while because it's a conventional prop. It's spinning to the right, so you would think you would probably need right rudder, but yeah, I think, let me call up ground. It was Charlie or Delta? Delta.
Yep.
And then I'll squeak you by the truck here, and then it'll be all you.
Okay.
Alrighty, let's squeak by here. It's castrating nose wheel, so it's a kind of a pain to taxi. It requires a lot of brakes, and it's really heavy, so carrying your inertia through turns helps, so you're not doing that old pump the brakes a lot to turn. Alrighty, your airplane.
My electricals. Perfect. How are you finding rudder authority on the ground, even if
once
you don't
get
have
it
captain?
straight, it's fine.
Okay.
But to turn, it's basically null. Yeah, I'll go ahead and show you the run up down here. Operating on 2 ECUs, A and B. It's always switching every time you turn the engine master on. It'll flip-flop.
Which one?
So if we were on A, last flight, we'll be on B this flight. And basically over there on your FADEC controls, force B, it just means forcing it to the other one.
Got it.
It's not always running on A, which we'll look at that when we get down here.
Okay.
And then the run-up is real easy. You just press and hold that test button, and does its thing.
Perfect. And that's been like that because this is a diesel engine, correct? It's run on Jet A?
Exactly.
All right. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know all the history of the Diamonds, but when the 42 came out with the diesel engines, that was a feature that was on there too.
Exactly.
Perfect. So this is just borrowing all that technology that's matured.
Yep. All of the NG, 40 NG, 42, 62 all have that nice FADEC for you. Makes it easy. No mixture, no prop. Set your load percentage and go.
All right. Excellent. Now, I find it pretty simple to taxi. You got to anticipate a little bit by getting on that brake, and I, of course, still have the habit of moving the rudder pedals with it, but it just makes me feel better.
Exactly, and kind of keeps you alert.
Now, this is an experimental aircraft right now.
It is.
When are they thinking about having production or certified aircraft out?
So they're hoping another month or two, but they've been saying that for a year now. First, it was the AC that they're waiting on the FAA to approve. They approved that. Now they're waiting on the engine to be approved.
Okay.
So there's a bunch in Austria ready to go on the ground, ready to be ferried over here, and as soon as they're approved, they will be. But yeah, for now, this is what we're working with.
Okay.
Alrighty, so we'll go to idle here. So there's flight idle and ground idle, which I'll show you. Ground idle makes no difference unless you're at a pretty high altitude. We heard anything west of Denver, you probably need that ground idle, but we're at 49 feet above sea level, so we shouldn't need that. What I'll have you do first is go from auto to force Bravo.
Okay, force Bravo.
Yep, and you'll see it drop, and you'll see it come back up to about 600 and stabilize. Boom. Oh, it gave us both alternator failures. That's because we were low RPM. There it goes, back to about 660. We can come back to auto.
Back to auto.
You'll feel it switch again. Then we're going to press and hold that test button.
Okay.
You'll see ECU A and B fail, and then it'll go to ECU B, and then ECU A. It'll run through both of those. It'll come up to about 1,000 RPM, cycle the prop, and then back to the other one.
Cool.
So press and hold that until both enunciations disappear.
Okay. And hold the brakes, right?
Yeah. It actually doesn't come up very high, but we could definitely roll a little bit. So there's the feather right there. Now we're going ECU A. Boom, feather. I'll show oil pressure drop.
So it's actually feathering the prop right now like a multi.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And boom, there it is. It's gone. So if you had any issues that didn't like, it would tell you ECU A or B failure, but both passed, so you can go ahead and unpress that, and boom, we're ready to rock. So
sweet.
Takeoff setup, we'll go emergency fuel pump on.
Oh, that's central bus.
Yep, emergency fuel pump, and then we'll go takeoff flaps, which are there. I have found that takeoff position is a little too forward. I found about right there is good, and it's not too far back that when you rotate, you're forcing it down. That's kind of a nice spot for the takeoff trim.
Okay.
Rudder trim is in the white, so that's good there. And like I said, as we climb, you'll find yourself working it left. Other than that, we're gonna do a static takeoff, so we'll line up, get that nose wheel nice and straight, hold the brakes, get to 100% power, we'll let go. We're working with about 4,000 feet of runway, which is plenty, but we just like to be safe.
Okay. Rotate 66.
66, and we'll get that gear up, and then we will climb at about 80 till we clear the obstacles, and then we'll let that nose come down a little bit. We'll clean up the flaps, and then I found that about 100 to 110 gets you that good forward visibility and a nice cruise climb.
Okay. Yeah, remind me of all those when we get there.
I will, yeah.
We'll rotate 66, climb 80, we'll get a positive rate, tap the brakes, bring the gear up. That'll be that hammer right there.
I'll talk you through everything.
Perfect. You need a good T, get the voice to be preserved.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely going by the flight. I can feel it.
Are you a flight instructor outside?
I was. I still have my CFI, but I don't do too much.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I did that for about a year and a half, and then I got a job with Premier and just been delivering new airplanes. It's been a good gig.
Yeah, that's not a bad job to have.
Nope.
Are you based out of Norwood here?
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, okay.
So that's where our main office is. Premier is one of 3 certified diamond dealers. We are one of them, Premier. Then there's Lifestyle. Then there's Steel Aviation. We're at basically the southeast, besides North Carolina, South Carolina, and then we have the northeast,
Charlie, cross runway 3.
all the way out to Texas. So we have offices here, Fort Lauderdale, and Texas.
Cool.
Pretty good sized territory.
Yeah, Lifestyle's got all west. They kind of have the next biggest. In terms of state-wise, they're the biggest, but a lot of their states, there's not many people, so.
You called this a superstar?
They called it that. They were like, is that a twin star? I'm like, no, it's a diamond star. They're like, let's call it a superstar. I'm like, perfect. I actually like that a lot. I tried to call the tower and get a little call sign. I'm like, hey, we're going to be rolling, twice an hour, so.
Yeah.
They're like, let's call you superstar. I'm like, okay.
Tower, superstar 150, Romeo Golf, holding short runway 28, southwest bound. I have no idea if I transmitted it, actually.
No, he definitely did. He just is going to be.
No, I pressed the red.
Oh, yeah, this is it. PTT right down here. It's like I call it the gun button. It's like you're shooting guns.
Tower, Superstar 150, Romeo Golf, holding short runway 28, southwest bound.
Superstar 150, Romeo Golf, Norwood Tower, runway 28, line up and wait, traffic Skylane, 3 mile final.
Line up and wait, runway 28, Superstar 0, Romeo Golf.
I love the Skylane.
Yeah, they're good airplanes. Not that this is a bad airplane, this is a great airplane.
Track 289, right turn up.
Hey, you'll be the judge of that soon.
Okay. It's weird left-hand stick. I was flying an extra this morning with right-hand stick, so I'm going to be a little backwards.
It's all right. It took me a couple out.
Traffic on the go is right turn out to the north. You can make a left turn to the southwest, runway 28, clear for takeoff.
So takeoff runway 28, traffic inside, Superstar 0, Romeo Golf. Okay, hold the brakes, power's coming.
Tango Mike, traffic will depart before your arrival, runway 28, clear to land.
Ready?
Yep, and then this is about neutral right there.
Okay.
And looking for 66.
Okay, airspeed's alive.
11 o'clock.
Everything's green, except for load.
Number 2, runway 28, clear to land. Clear to land, 28, 37 Foxtrot.
Boom, there's 60. And 60.
Come on, baby girl, you go. 66, there we go, rotate.
Nice, there it is.
It's a little heavy, but that's all right. Positive rate, tap brakes, gears coming. And VY.
Hold on.
Gears up. Yeah, you're right about that left rotor trim.
It's odd.
Yeah. That'll mess with you a little bit, but it's neat that the electronic trim is here on the throttle.
Yep.
You don't really have to move your hands off of there.
Nope.
And you said 110 for a nice cruise
yeah,
speed?
110 about right here, which should give us about anywhere from 400 to 500 feet per minute. A little heavy.
What is about the useful load on this thing?
This one is 1100. So with full fuel, you get about 730.
Okay.
So 50 times 6.7 is about, I think I did like 355 or something. So yeah, this empty weighs 3,304. Max is 4,407. I know someone will check my math here probably on the YouTube, but it comes out to about 1100.
Cool. That's not too bad.
Just watching that yellow. We haven't been about 5 minutes yet, but we're trying to be nice on her. She's got a lot of tour to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not the smoothest of days here in New England, but...
No.
Left turn.
We can balance some fuel here, so we get about 5-gallon differential. You have up to 9, but exactly if we flip that right, you'll see fuel transfer come on. We're now transferring from the right tank to the left tank, and you'll see that even up here in about 2 or 3 minutes.
So I see a gearbox temperature here, which tells me that we've got a gear reduction on the propeller versus the engine.
Yep.
What RPM is the engine turning? Probably 4 to 5,000?
I'd say somewhere about there.
And that's why we have a load meter, and we're watching prop RPM and trying to keep everything in the green. Basically, it's idiot-proof. Keep it out of the funny colors and let it run.
Keep it in the green and let her go.
Okay, we're almost clear of the Bravo here.
Yeah, we're getting there.
And it feels like it warmed up a little bit.
It did.
Okay. Visibility out of the aircraft is actually really nice. What do you think, Brandon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. I can see pretty well out front, even from back here, and out the sides. Great views.
Airplane's mission, you're going to be IFR in the clouds, and it's more about seeing your information that's available to you here in the G1000. Is this a G1000 system?
It is.
Okay.
MXS phase 2. They're coming out with phase 3 here pretty soon. It's just a nice system. I like it. Gives you everything you need and more if you want it.
One of the things I'd like to do is what I consider the fundamental maneuver, which is steep turns.
Let's do it.
All right.
Turn the ESP off for you so you can get nice and steep.
I appreciate that. The ESP, if we get beyond, what, 40 degrees
45.
of bank? 45, it tries to bring you back?
Yeah, and you can go past it, but the more you go past it, the more it gets stiff and tries to bring you back.
Yeah. And then can you fight it with red button?
Fight it with... red button will
That'll shut it off.
Engage it, yeah.
Okay.
So the only way to fight it, or the only way to turn it off is to turn it off over here in the system setup.
Gotcha.
But there's no way to override it if it's on.
Okay. Just did a little clearing turn there. We'll do another little clearing turn here, and I'll do this again on a heading of 150.
Sweet, all good.
We'll just make sure it's nice and clear. Yaw dampener's working. I can feel it moving the pedals, which is pretty nice.
Yep.
This is a GFC 700 autopilot,
it is.
correct? Okay, so that's a very powerful system.
Yep.
And maneuvering speed, probably what, 110?
About 125 at this weight.
Okay.
Anywhere from 119 to 133. There's speeds down there on the left.
Oh, perfect. Placards, yeah. Okay. And we're going to bring it back here. Left turn 150, clear on the left. Just letting the autopilot fly it here for a second. And we'll see what she feels like when we get to hand fly the aircraft. Throttle, I would say, is a little touchy.
It is. It's
very sensitive.
Very sensitive. I can definitely agree with you on that one.
All right. No big deal.
And check out some fuel burn stuff while we're down here.
Okay.
So there's 8.5 at 50%. From London, we flew here at about 75, which gives you about 12.5-ish.
Huh.
And then at 70%, you get about 12 right on the number.
Okay. I'm ready to commence the steep turn. Going to shut the autopilot off here. Make sure those go away. 120.
Got you on the fish finder.
Airspace is clear.
Yep.
Look left, clear left, and we're going to roll left to 50 degrees of bank. And as I'm watching forward here, we're at 3,400 feet, 150. We're going to roll into power as the back pressure comes in, and we can feel that G come on. How you doing, Brandon?
Like a carnival ride.
Okay, all right. Wow, she takes a lot. I'm losing altitude right here. I'm going to lose my commercial certificate at this rate.
Yeah.
So let's bring that nose above the horizon. Airspeed's holding. I went from 50% power to 70% power. Trying to get the climb going. Going to go with a little more power here. 72. Wow, this is a lot of back pressure coming to our heading here. Lost a lot of altitude. So I wouldn't say that this is necessarily a great hands-off airplane. Like, she's not super...
Definitely not.
Easy to fly, but let's go to the right here and let's see if I can't do better. 3,200 feet, 150, 120 knots.
Going right.
Rolling right, clear right foot, back pressure. Let's get that nose up above the horizon more. I didn't even pull the power back because I wanted to try and get the altitude back.
Yeah.
A little more right foot, lots of right foot. I just went 2 hands on the stick.
Yeah, if 32. You don't get that back pressure in there initially,
Yeah, she really wants to come downhill. Okay, so let's take a look at the flight path vector on the G1000. Put that sucker on the horizon. Okay, let's use that to cheat. And I don't call it, I mean, I say cheating, but really it's a tool.
Yeah.
And it looks to be pretty accurate here. Flight path vector's on the horizon. We're holding altitude airspeed. We're at 100% load. We got 5 minutes for that coming to our heading. We're going to unload, roll out, and come back here to 150, powering down. Back down to 50%, which is where we started. Okay, a whole lot easier that time now once I knew what to expect with the airplane. It takes some effort to hold this thing up for the commercial maneuvers.
I agree.
It's a very honest airplane, though. It shows you what you need to see, and the flight path vector tool is really working well in the G1000. Do we have time for a stall?
Yeah, we can do it.
Okay. How about we do a power off, because that's what we're going to come in and do on the landing.
Yeah, let's do a power.
All right, so we're below gear speed, right?
We're below gear speed. Gear speed's 162 indicated, so unless you're on a really steep descent, you really won't ever see that. So it's I kind of like to use it as a speed brake.
Okay.
But yeah, we are good to go. Gear down.
Gear's coming down. Let's go flaps 133 on the first gear speed, or first flap speed. We're at 3,200 feet. What's our approach speed for flying?
About 85.
About 85. That's pretty.
80, 85.
Okay, trim's coming back to the takeoff position. 50% power is about what you come downhill at.
Exactly.
Okay, we're at 85. We're going to go ahead and close the throttle all the way down, 3,200 feet. We've got a stabilized descent going on, and we're going to come back on that stick. We're going to round out the aircraft, looking forward. Heading's 290, and there's about the landing attitude right there.
Yep.
Okay, we'll just keep on pulling. We'll just stall warning at 61, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 52. There's a roll off. We'll just unload, lower the nose, get her back forward.
That is it.
Power's coming up. Let's go flaps to takeoff. Set the pitch attitude. We got flat gears coming up. We're definitely below the gear speed there, going for that VY. And there was a traffic that popped up on the G1000.
I did see that. It's 2 miles. I got eyes on them.
Positive right flaps up, clean it up, and in sight. I am definitely holding a bunch of right rudder right now.
Yep.
We'll pull that power back. Looking good, feeling good. All right, you ready to go back?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. What's our fast cruise speed for this?
Let's do about 85%. We'll see. You should see about 160 now. What'd you think of the stall?
I would want some more work with it to make sure that I understood that roll off and could get it.
It goes quick.
Squared away. Hello, Gillette.
There's a monster jam going on yesterday. I flew over and saw it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good bump.
That was a good bump. Is there a G meter in this G1000?
There is not. I wish there was.
Okay.
Do some of them have them?
Garmin is monitoring it, but as far as a way to display it, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
But I know if you pull the, if you're recording data and you pull the SD card, you can find it in there.
Sure.
In the CSV files. Brandon, you have any questions?
I don't think so. I think around the avionics and performance, I think you covered a lot of it.
And Superstar 0 Romeo Golf, midfield left down 128, full stop.
Number 0 Romeo Golf, runway 28, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 28, 0 Romeo Golf. Okay, so we got below 133, flaps coming, gears coming. She has a little bit of a uplift as
she
the flaps
lifts,
come
and
in.
then you'll feel that nose come down. And then with that second notch, that nose wants to come way down. With these double slotted flaps too, you'll hear that nice whine when you get that.
I'm gonna aim for the second runway stripe. We'll see how this goes.
It's all good.
I make no promises. Just keep an eye on me and don't let me do anything silly.
That's exactly what I'm here for.
Okay, long finals clear.
You've been better than most.
93 on an 85.
Yeah, this is looking real nice here. I find that about 45-50% power at this flap setting brings you right in at 85.
Okay.
So we're 85 over the numbers and just slowly walking it back. Not too much back pressure needed, just kind of keeping that nose wheel off.
Okay.
And confirming 3 green, flaps down, fuel pump on, lights on. We're good to go.
Excellent. Looking a little high.
Up your left wing, King Air 2,200.
A little fast, a little high.
Yeah, thanks, Diamond 2 double.
Guys, 53577, make it right 360 for spacing, please.
Speed's back.
53577.
Got a little crosswind out of the right here.
Yep.
How's she doing a crosswind? We're about to find out.
We haven't done too much crosswind stuff yet, but we will find out here.
Okay.
King Air 5, pop X-ray, runway 28, clear.
A little slow.
5 pop X-ray, clear to land, runway 2.
A little high, let her settle.
That'll do.
Fight for that center line. Keep that crosswind correction in. Thank you for the flaps.
That'll help. Yeah, I think with these big long...
Left on 17, right on Charlie, good day.
Left 17, right Charlie, good day, sir. Romeo Golf.
With the big long wings, the 62 is kind of a pain to fly in the crosswind, but I'm assuming this is kind of the same deal.
Yeah.
Big long wing wants to get caught up. Just making sure you get that aileron in there.
Yeah, the rudder effectiveness was pretty good until right about now, about 35 knots. So I was having no problem steering with just rudder.
We're 360 for 5357.
And here comes some left foot, power.
535.
Nice, how'd it feel?
Felt pretty good.
Love that.
I was just asking what the wingspan was.
44.
44.
Straight traffic warrior departing before your arrival.
44 first, so standard T-hanger's not going to work.
Right, pop X3.
And any kind of cool down time on the motor?
Yeah, we'll do about 2 minutes. We'll start a timer.
That makes sense. If you're used to flying turbocharged aircraft, Turbo Skyline 206, 210, things like that, some of the Bonanzas,
Yep.
you know, you're used to that operation and keeping that thing cool.
Going to do it for this flight, the DA50 RG. This is an aircraft that should be coming to retailers near you. Check out Premier Aircraft Sales. They are one of 3 licensed dealers in the U.S. for Diamond Aircraft. And if you get a chance to fly with Cam, you know, go do it. Cam's a good guy. Cam, nice to fly with you, man. Thanks for letting me have the controls. And get out there and fly some new airplanes. If you've been flying the same 150 for the last 30 years, go get some new experiences and have fun with it.
Alright, that's 2 minutes. Engine master comes out, down. And
Done.
we'll wait for X to do that, and then we'll go ahead and hit the electric master. We're going to get out there. Glad you guys got there.
Oh, thanks, Cam.
Sweet.
Nice.
Anytime.
All right, well, good luck with the rest of the tour.
Thank you.
And hopefully you guys get lots of people experiencing these new airplanes.
Yeah, for
Brandon,
sure.
thanks for
Thanks
coming
for letting
along.
me tag along, guys. That was really cool.
All right, until next time, this is Rob with Spread Aviation. Fly safe.